Before we get started, if you guys want to learn Arabic, then check out the Kalam app. It's an app that I've been using to practice because I still don't know Arabic, but I'm getting there. And what's great about the app is they allow you to use tools to practice what you just learned rather than just studying it and hoping that you retain it. They give you little exercises that allow you to speak the words, to read the words, to make sure that you actually remember what you're learning. You could use it just a few minutes every day and it will drastically improve your Arabic speaking ability.
We are so not qualified to do this.
No.
Then don't do it, maybe. Then don't do it. That's when you should have been like, damn, never mind. Let's back out. But nope, they full send propaganda. They full send supporting a war criminal.
That's what's interesting about this.
No, that's not what's interesting about this. That's what's stupid. That's what's moronic. That's what should get you to be like, wow, you know what? I actually have a bit of shame. I'm a human being and I actually experience a little bit of shame. I'm not going to platform a war criminal.
We're just not.
And you could see why they picked these little soy boys for this. I went to the same high school as these people. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? Not in the same years. I think they're at least 4 years older than me. So by the time I hit grade 9, they had already graduated. I went to the same school as these guys, at least as Kyle. I know about this Steiny person. I can't believe that. This guy grew up like down the street from me.
Just should not be doing this.
Yeah, you should not be doing this. You shouldn't. You should get off right now. Log off. Go home.
Well, we're too far too gone.
Here we have the Prime Minister of Israel,
Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
His name's not even Benjamin Netanyahu. He changed his last name. It was like Workowicz or some weird name like that. He's from Poland, bro. He's Polish.
He's about to walk into the podcast right now. This is probably one of the most, if not the most controversial podcasts.
Guys, we're so edgy and controversial. We're having a freaking war criminal on. He just killed 17,000 kids. This is so controversial. Disgusting.
We
For sure the most
have
we've
ever done.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe not the most controversial we'll ever do.
Maybe not.
But maybe.
It's crazy how nervous they are. Like, look at their head. They're like,
Yeah, though.
I mean, this issue is just like, and by the way, I want to say too, I'm not claiming to be an expert on this issue.
don't worry, we know. No need to give that little disclaimer. We know.
Or anything like that. I'm kind of just probably like a lot of you guys that, you know, you read stuff online, and I feel like on the
This guy doesn't read. Let's be real. This guy's not reading anything online.
internet now too, it's like you don't even know what's
He's using text to speech on iPhone.
real anymore. Like you read shit and it's like you see a headline and it's like, is this true? Is this not true? So I see so much stuff about, you know, what's going on in Israel and, you know, Iran and Palestine.
The room was full of agents. They were definitely shook. Yeah, apparently there were like a bunch of Mossad agents or like guys in suits in the room. So, and I mean, what do you expect? I'm pretty sure they're at the White House. Maybe not. I might be tripping. I thought that they were at the White House because I don't think Netanyahu would feel comfortable walking the streets to go to a random studio. So, yeah, it's probably in the White House. And I mean, it's the prime minister of the most criminal state in the like existence of the world.
And to be honest, I just really don't know what is going on there. So put yourselves, I know it's hard, but put yourselves in this guy's shoes. You just got the biggest podcast opportunity of your life, or one of the biggest ones, with someone who you know is at least controversial for potentially committing a genocide. You don't do background research. You don't study. This guy's connected. He went to Hassan Abi and some other like Jewish content creator afterwards. They spoke to Sneeko. They even spoke to Nick Fuentes. Why did they go to them after the podcast, not before, to prepare? Why not go beforehand to prepare so you can actually grill him on the crimes that he's committing? This guy has arrest warrants out for him. You didn't want to do a lick of research beforehand, but you want to sit on the podcast and be like, oh, I'm so not ready for this. Sounded like a little girl. it's going to be interesting to sit down with Prime Minister Netanyahu and kind of just ask him some questions about what we read online and
Get educated.
Get educated. Let me learn about World War II from Hitler. Yeah, let me go get educated about World War II from Hitler. That is so moronic. You want to go get educated from the propaganda generator himself.
probably going to be a lot of hate in the comments and stuff like that. In my opinion, I mean,
So they knew it was going to happen. And then they were shocked afterwards. Like, oh, this one hurts. This comment hurts. Lifelong subscriber just left us because we platformed a war criminal. Wow, that hurts.
dude,
We're
if we
journalists,
get,
right?
yeah. I mean, we're technically journalists.
How can you pass
You're not a damn journalist. You're not journalists. You're absolute morons.
this opportunity at the end of the day?
No, and plus, at the end of the day, it's like we get the opportunity to sit down with one of the most powerful people in the world, a world leader,
Yeah.
and we get to ask him some stuff, and we're gonna ask him what we want to ask him too. So, if you guys, want to hear shit,
How old are these guys? They sound like they're 16. They actually sound like 12-year-olds. If you imagine how he would sound if you like raise the pitch of his voice a few semitones, and he was literally like, yeah, we're going to interview him. He's one of the most powerful people, and we get to ask him questions that we want to ask him. That is how they sound.
whatever questions you guys want to hear. There's probably a ton of other interviews of him on CNN or like,
He actually barely does interviews because he knows he'd get grilled. Let me skip all this. Ugh, what an ugly mug.
White House and stuff. Like, how has it evolved over the years, over the times of you visiting it?
I've met quite a few of the American presidents because I've been in office pretty long time.
Yeah, he's been in office for a long time because they don't have elections, because he keeps them in a constant state of war, so they can't elect someone else so they keep him in power, and so he doesn't get arrested and thrown in jail.
Not because
They should have asked, oh, how have you been? Don't you have elections? How were you able to stay in power for so long? Here, a president can only serve 2 terms. How have you been in power since like the 80s?
we don't
I don't know how long he's been in power for.
have elections, but because I've won quite a few of them. Okay, I think there's never been a friend like Donald Trump in the
He's served as prime minister since 2022. Is that true? There's no way. Yeah, that's a lie.
White House for Israel. I think he's a remarkable leader. I think he's changing history. He said he'll
12 uninterrupted years. For 12 uninterrupted years, he's been serving.
make America great again. He's already done it.
This guy, America's great right now. America's definitely great right now. That's how I would describe it. What a moron.
America is widely admired now around the world, and especially after our joint operation.
This guy lives in a delusion. He just said America is. Let's play that back.
He's already done
Let's
it.
play that back.
America is widely admired now around the
Is widely admired now. You're telling me other countries are widely admiring America right now for sending people to South America, their own citizens to South America, to be tortured in prison, for deporting legal immigrants, not illegal, legal immigrants out of their country, for sending billions of dollars to the biggest terrorist organization on the face of the earth? Who the hell is admiring America right now? Who? And you'll notice he never gives any evidence for anything he says. He just says a bunch of stuff. And that's why sometimes the best thing you could do when you deal with people like this is just counteract everything they say. The moment he says, everyone loves America, say, everyone hates America. What are you talking about? You don't need to prove anything. He's not proving anything. Just be like, no one admires America. Everyone hates America. What are you talking about? That's why he chose these 2 knucklehead morons, idiots, dumb and dumber, to interview him.
world, and especially after our joint operation against this regime that wanted to, chance death to America.
My face is actually numb. Like, my face is literally, like, I can't even feel it anymore. It's numb. They dragged America's ass into a war with a, like, almost nuclear superpower, by the way. They also got bombed to hell by that same country. And that same country wasn't doing anything. They provoked a war. They started a war, dragged America into it. And now he's basically happy. He's like, my little dog pet America, just, widely admired by everyone because they came and saved us. They attacked our neighboring country who didn't do anything against us. We started the war. So yeah, everyone loves them. What a filthy person.
Together, we've shown the world a different face of America. Very powerful, very directed,
Very controlled.
very resolute.
You guys are very tight, right? Would you call it a bromance?
Well, you might.
I mean, bromance, more like a romance, the way Trump was pulling out that seat for him. Come sit here, baby. If you ask me.
We've known each other several decades, and, I really like him.
What do you like most about him?
They sound like freaking high school girls, bro. I really like him.
If you meet him close up, and Sarah and I have had
I'm not here for the Trump glaze. Shut up.
that get right to the things that people don't want to really think through. And he cuts to the bone. And that is an amazing quality because it lets you focus on the things that are important. So it's been
Yeah, he's more of a dictator. He bypasses all the legal requirements and all the legal shields that are put in place to stop someone from acting as a dictator, and he just acts like a dictator.
Incredible partner.
And of course, this guy appreciates that because he does it as well. He looks at Trump, who's basically borderline dictator now, and he's like, well, he's just like me.
Both personally, but also for our two nations.
Did you have any type of relationship with Biden?
Not the same. I've known Biden for, 40 years? Almost as long. Well, both of them. Over the decades, it was a different relationship. It was a friendship, but also it evolved into
Like a master-slave dynamic.
no
Maybe.
daylight between an American president and an Israeli prime minister. Amazing things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, when you completely control them and you blackmail them, amazing things can happen. When one is basically senile and you don't have to listen to anything they say, and the other one is also on the Epstein list, who was a Mossad agent, by the way. It's very amazing things can happen, yeah, when you blackmail people.
Like our common enemies who chant
Common enemies? How the hell is Iran an enemy to America? He says they chant death to America. You're actually bombing them. They might say whatever. And by the way, I don't even believe that they say death to America, if we're being real. I don't even think they say that. I don't think they would say that in this political sphere. He probably is referencing something back in the 80s. And I don't even blame them, by the way, because you're the ones who actually go into the countries and bomb them. What's worse, saying death to America or actually destroying an entire country? They destroyed Iraq. They basically killed Iraq. They killed it. So what's bad? Saying death to or actually causing death to? This guy's a freaking idiot.
death to Israel, death to America, and want to develop atomic bombs in the meantime.
You have atomic bombs. You have probably hundreds of nuclear warheads. Why can't they?
To deliver them to this city.
I wish I did this freaking podcast, man. I wish I was there. Actually, I want to interview him. I want to. So I want to freaking put him in his place. I want to call him out. I want to set up an ICC arrest sting against him. Get his ass arrested, bro.
And to every part of America, all of a sudden they're not so intimidating. All of a sudden we can.
They were never intimidating. They have done nothing. They never threatened the U.S. They never attacked the U.S. They have almost 400 nuclear warheads. I'm not surprised.
Defeat them. All of a sudden you can use these brave American pilots who come from around the world.
Brave American pilots. Brave American pilots who were forced into a war that no one wanted to fight except you.
Drop it right over the bunker.
Why is he so happy talking about like places getting bombed? Like you're such a filthy person.
And help us end the amazing feats of our soldiers and pilots.
Help them end, and then he jumped to something else because he started the war. You started it, not end it. This guy's such an idiot, man.
That's an amazing thing. It's good for America. It's good for the security of every single American.
How do you feel about the Americans' opinion on Israel right now?
Well, look, I think the broad segments of the American public support Israel.
No, no, you have not looked at the recent polls. No one's supporting Israel. Nobody. CJ Willerman just made a video about Tucker Carlson. He spoke about how literally no one's supporting Israel nowadays. Bro's talking in code. He's talking in fantasy, man.
But I'm concerned that the young people in America, some of them are getting the wrong picture of Israel, vilification.
The wrong picture of Israel. Don't worry. When we see the videos of kids with their limbs blown off, we get the exact right picture of Israel. You filthy, filthy waste man.
Demonization. You can feed them a lot of lies. So the only way you can fight lies is with the truth.
Are you guys suffering yet? Because I'm suffering tremendously. I'm in pain. So let me know if you guys are feeling the torments like me.
How do you fight lies? You tell the truth. And you have to tell it as
This guy's fighting the truth with lies. He's not fighting lies. He's fighting the truth hard.
often and as, and as intensely as the lies that are leveled against you. And that requires an effort.
This guy has, can you believe this guy has actual arrest warrants right now? Imagine living knowing you have arrest warrants, international arrest warrants against you, and you're speaking about combating lies with speaking the truth. Go rot in a jail cell, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's like another battlefield, you know?
Yeah, he knows that media and propagandizing people is another battlefield.
And I'm doing this podcast, among other things, to reach young people.
Of course.
He's just outing himself. Is he really media trained? Because he's outing himself. He's like, I'm doing this podcast to reach young people. He basically just admitted, listen, mainstream media is not working. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, the mainstream media is out. The social media is what's in right now. That's where people get their news from. So I'm doing this podcast because my mainstream media is not working. So I want to propagandize through you. And let's see what the reaction is.
You guys are pretty young. I mean,
30 years old.
Oh my God, that was so funny. That was so funny.
effort. It's like another battlefield, you know.
Mm.
And I'm doing this podcast, among other things, to reach young
Oh
people.
my God.
You guys are pretty young. I mean,
30 years old.
I'm actually shedding a tear, bro. That's actually so funny. You guys are young, 30 years old. Maybe I'm just hating. Maybe I'm just hating. 30 is not like, the way he looked at them is that you guys are young. Sounds like he's talking to an 18-year-old or a 22-year-old, not a 30-year-old. Oh, that's funny, man.
30.
He's 75? Okay. Fair.
30.
That's young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the big
Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. Yassi. I'm going to just call you Yassi. Thank you so much for gifting the memberships to 5 of our viewers. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you immensely and increase you in goodness. I appreciate it. And I hope the people who receive the memberships appreciate it a lot as well.
biggest misconceptions are about Israel?
Well, first of all, they don't know what kind of a.
You know what's funny? Is he 75 years old? Because Israel's 75 years old. Or 70 something. Israel's under 80 years old. My grandfather's older than Israel. Like, so Israel is young as a country. I'm not surprised, you know, that they have trouble with ages. Love the content. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much.
An open society. It is how pluralistic. I mean, we live in the heart of the Middle East. Okay, Iran is not that
You live in the heart of the. You weren't there. Where were you? Freaking before Israel. You were not in the Middle East. You were in Europe. Your ass was in Poland.
far away.
Pardon
In
my
Iran,
language.
They hang gays by cranes.
No, they don't. Like, he's straight propagandizing. No, they don't. They don't hang anyone by cranes. They don't throw people off buildings. This literally 1980s rhetoric is not going to work. This 2002 post 9/11 rhetoric is not going to work in 2025.
In Israel, probably Tel Aviv is one of the.
You know what's so funny? He's doing this podcast because he knows that this mainstream media is failing, so he needs to go to social media. But he's still using the mainstream media talking points that, oh, Islam is just barbaric and whatever. He's not even trying to adapt to what social media is good for. He's just using the same rhetoric that he would say on CNN or Fox News. So he's not even doing a good job. And I mean, bro, did he think this was a good move? Did he think this is going to help Israel's PR? This is way, way, way worse for their PR than anything else.
The most open, liberal-minded city on earth.
This is what happens when you grip too close to the sun. Oh, that's funny. Good one.
Israel is a high.
We visited there, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
We visited there. I hope you guys saw the picture. They all like went and started touching and kissing the wall. Steiny was reciting some Hebrew prayer. One of the other guys, he was some random fat guy who started crying. The hell? They just went and got propagandized. Are they all Jewish as well? Are they all Jewish? Because I mean, if they believe in it religiously, I mean, whatever, that's their prerogative. But I didn't think every single one of them is actually ethnically and religiously Jewish.
completely different.
Our assistant's
Women.
gay too. He had a good time.
Well, you could vouch.
yeah, no, we all had a
So,
good time.
I mean, look at that.
We all had a great time. Yeah, go to Gaza. Go to the West Bank. See if you have a great time. Go tell them you're Palestinian. Go there and say, I'm Palestinian or Free Palestine, and see if you have a great time.
How about women? Okay, women in Iran, they shoot the women. They shot this.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Where's your evidence? Your people shoot Palestinian women. And the doctors who are not Israeli, not Palestinian, they're from the UK or they're from Canada, they're from America, they're from Australia, they're from other Western countries. They come back from Gaza and they say the Israelis shoot people in the same places on the same days. I just saw a video. The guy said, on one day, we'd see 10 people come in with the same injuries to the head, all on the same day. And then another day, all to the chest. And then another day, we saw young boys, 12, 13, 14, 15, all shot in their genitalia. Your filthy dogs are the ones shooting innocent men, women, and children. And he's talking about Iran. I honestly can't stand the Nelk boys. The fact that they did this, bro, every second I watch, it's active torture.
Extraordinarily brave and beautiful woman.
Extraordinarily brave and beautiful women that he just bombed, by the way. They were civilian casualties when they bombed Iran. He's calling them brave and beautiful women. Go to hell. Seriously. Go rot in hell.
Shot on the sidewalk because she showed too much hair.
Yeah, maybe in freaking La La Land. Maybe in 1980s when you thought that this propaganda was working.
In Israel, women are, you know what? What women? I'll tell you what the difference is, okay?
We make them join the army and then go shoot kids. That's the difference. We make them join the army and go shoot little boys. That's the difference.
So I had this young woman officer in my
Forced conscription.
military secretariat. You know, the prime minister has military secretariat, and usually has a general and it has staff assistants. One of the staff assistants was this young woman pilot, navigator, on leave from the Air Force to do this work in the prime minister's office. You know what she did now? She was flying over the skies of Tehran,
And she dropped 50 bombs on 1 million civilians.
you know, attacking this horrible regime that tyrannizes the women in Tehran.
Attacking the women of Tehran. She flew over and attacked the women of Iran. The women. Okay, dropped bombs on their heads, killing civilians. That's what she did.
That's the difference. The women there get shot on the sidewalk, and an Israeli woman pilot helps liberate Iran.
Did they liberate Iran? Even if what he is saying is true, are women like all of a sudden not getting shot because one woman pilot dropped a bomb somewhere? Like that, even if it was true, it doesn't make any sense. On top of it not being true, this is so flabbergasting. Like this guy, I can't believe he says this stuff with a straight face. And these little shill, the shill boys over here, are just sitting listening, and they're pretending they have such wise questions. So why do you think like people hate you? You think that's a smart question, you freaking monkey? Like this guy's such an idiot.
Fight the women of Iran, and boy, that's a big difference. And that's true of everything. It's true of nightlife. It's true of the startup nation, the incredible ingenuity and entrepreneurship, incredible freedom. Israel is a
Yeah, I mean, when you get billions of dollars, when you get billions of dollars from America, you can spend it on a lot of stuff, you know, advance a lot of stuff.
I would say is a paragon of freedom in an area that doesn't exactly enjoy.
A paragon of freedom in a place that doesn't have elections because they're in a constant state of war. A paragon of freedom in a place that's an apartheid state, that's keeping 2.2 million people in a concentration camp without food, who's forcing a famine upon 2 million people, 1 million of whom are children. Freedom? You want to talk about freedom? Why does your freedom come with the imprisonment and the torture of millions of innocent people?
Freedom. And to have young Americans march and support these mass rapists.
Now we're talking about the R word? Really? Really graping? Grapes? He's just throwing everything out there. Next, he's going to say that Ted Bundy came from them. Like, next he's going to be like, it was actually them who did 9/11. It was actually them. This, like, what world is this guy living on?
People who beheaded men, who burnt babies alive. I'm talking about the Hamas monsters.
Okay, now he's talking about Hamas. Now he's talking about a different regime.
Is that their ideal? They know nothing. I mean, they don't know what they're talking about. And I want to bring that truth to them. So Israel is a great...
It's so funny how, like, if any of them for a moment, for just a second, had a spine and wanted to just pull out a video of the children who his regime has murdered, or the videos of the people who were sodomized by his regime, they would catch him. They would catch him. They should have set up a media sting. They should have, you know, called him out. They should have. It would have been amazing, but no, they're shills. They could have been prepared. They could have, at the very least, bring someone to debate him. Nope. Let's get propagandized.
Free society and the best partner that America has.
Israel's not the best partner that America has. You must be mad. You must be mad. Canada's a better partner than America is. At least we give them like electricity and cars and whatever metals that we give them. At least. You guys, all you do is take billions of dollars, take their weapons, take their political support. You give nothing. You blackmail their presidents. You blackmail their people. You take all their celebrities to some Epstein Island. Come on. You're not the greatest ally. You're the greatest leech on the face of the earth.
Anywhere on
Great
earth.
people there for sure. When we visited, everyone was so welcoming and people were inviting us over for dinner and stuff. But
Yeah, that's how they propagandize you. It's so I remember that clip of Bobby Lee, the comedian, who's also a podcaster, where he was like, I went to Israel. They gave me a free, all expenses paid trip to Israel. And then they tried to make me tweet positive things. They're like, make sure you tweet good things about Israel. Like, it's all PR for them. It's actually so funny. It's actually like, it's hilarious how low they need to stoop just to get people to like them. Can you imagine like some ugly kid in school comes to you like, can you tell people that we're friends, please? But he's also like the biggest piece of garbage in school. Like, you know, he's a trashy person. You know he's evil. You know he's doing bad things to people. That's Israel. Israel's that ugly kid at school.
See, like that's the thing too. I'm not claiming to be an expert too, but I'll just read stuff on like X and like people will say like Israel's killing babies or like they're starving people.
That's completely false. In fact,
I mean, what do you say at this point? What do you say at this point? That's completely false. He's just lying. Like he's just a complete liar. Pull out the video. Pull out the videos. Pull out the Amnesty International reports. Pull out the UN reports. Pull out the Bet Salem reports, which is a human rights organization based in Israel. He should have done that. He should have been like, I'm only using Israeli sources here. Unless this guy repents and comes to Islam, he's baked. Yeah, he's baked. He's baked in hellfire, man. He's baked in this life. He's baked in the next. And you know what's interesting? They want all of Palestine, right? They want all of it. And they can have it if they accept Islam. If they accept Islam, they're Muslims. So, okay, no problem. We're all Muslim. No problem. Go for it, man. But since they want to take it by force and then murder anyone who's not them, okay, well, obviously that's an issue. Matt Lieb, that sounds so familiar. Matt Lieb, a Jewish comedian, also talked about their brainwashing when he visited for his birthright trip. You know what's also interesting? Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen had his awakening a few years ago as well. That was beautiful. And why don't I get a birthright to Palestine? I mean, I'm Palestinian. My family is from Palestine. I have family in Palestine. Currently, my grandparents were born in Palestine. Why don't I get a birthright trip?
The reason we have civilian casualties in Gaza is because
Hamas is hiding under their beds. It's because Hamas is holding them on their shoulders as a human shield. So when the bomb falls, it hits them first.
Hamas, who are basically horrible murderers and killers.
Hamas, who, by the way, are defined in the Oxford Dictionary as horrible murderers, just so you know, just in case it wasn't clear.
Okay, committed to our destruction and your destruction.
Nope. They never said that they're committed to America's destruction. They changed their charter, and they didn't no longer have anything about destroying Israel. But his government, Netanyahu's government, one of their promises in their basically charter says that they're committed to preventing a Palestinian state. So you hate that so bad, then you shouldn't be that.
They say so openly. I mean, they say
don't.
The big enemy, the real enemy, the great Satan is America.
One, that doesn't mean they want to destroy you. That's one. Okay. And secondly, where did they say this? Let's be real. Where did they say it? Are you talking about Twitter tweets? Are you talking about officials? Which one?
And Israel is the small Satan, but it's a small Satan that is standing in their way of conquering with other.
America's not the one dropping the bombs. They're supplying it, which is terrible. And in one way, they're causing it. But Israel's the one actually bombing. Like, if America held on to the bombs and didn't give it to Israel, America wouldn't be dropping bombs on Gaza right now. They're giving you the bombs, which is terrible, and then you're doing it. You're actually committing the crime. They're just applying the mechanism in which you can commit the crime with.
Iranian proxies, conquering the Middle East, and then we move on to you. So America is the great Satan, and America, needs to disappear. And we stand in their way. But
it's so funny. It's so funny. He's like, I'm doing you guys a service. I'm on the front lines protecting America. I'm like, if Israel takes a hit, I don't care. I want to protect you. I'll take the bullet. I want to protect you. Keep giving me billions of dollars and keeping me out of prison. Because I'm the one thing. I'm the only thing stopping you from getting attacked by a small regime in the Middle East with no military force of 50,000 people alone. I'm the only one stopping them from swimming across the ocean and landing on your shores.
One of the things you have to understand is Gaza is the densest urban environment you can find, and Hamas embeds itself in the civilian population of Gaza, the Palestinians, okay?
It's 5 by 25 square miles. 5 by 25 square miles. Do you know how small that is? You could run the entire perimeter like it's nothing. It's the smallest thing holding 2.2 million people. It's a concentration camp. And you're saying they're embedding themselves in the society. Where else are they going to go? It's like putting 3 people in a shoe closet with a murderer and then bombing the whole shoe closet and then saying, well, the murderer was hiding amongst them. Not only is logically that and morally that depraved, it makes no sense at all. You caused it. You did it. Well, like, what else did you expect?
We tell the Palestinians, hey, leave. Because
leave where? Leave where? There's 2 exits. One into Israel. You're not going to allow that. The other one into Egypt, where you have to pay $50,000 just to leave. $10,000 just to leave? And why do they have to leave? Stop bombing them, maybe. We as an ummah have failed. Yeah, we are failing. No, we haven't failed. We are failing. Failed is like you wrote the test, you got the mark back, it's too late. Failing is like you're still writing the test and you need to start doing better. Failed is like you can't, there's no coming back. We are not at a point of no return. If there is no Muslims, no Quran, no Islam left on the earth, then that's the point of no return. But we're not there. We're never going to get there. We need to get back to strength, unity. And I don't know how that happens, to be honest. Like, I really don't know how that happens. I think it starts with media and awakening people. But, like, there's been so much work done to demonize Islam, to weaken our countries, to put in, like, puppet leaders who just basically do whatever America says. We have a lot of work to do. But we're not failed. We're failing. So we can get back. And we will, inshallah, whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills.
Because after they butchered us and raped our women and beheaded our men and burnt our babies.
That is like, none of that is true. Almost none of that is true. Beheaded, debunked. Raped, no evidence. Beheaded men, burnt babies, none of that is true. There's no evidence for any of that. And it's so funny. I'm willing to bet that Israel killed more of their own people on that day than Hamas did. Because there's videos of their own Apache helicopters shooting indiscriminately. There are recordings of people who were interviewed on like radio shows in Israel saying that they were shot at by the IDF. And there were IDF soldiers hiding amongst civilians. They're hiding amongst civilians, using them as human shields. And we all know they have the Hannibal Directive, where it's like, Israel would rather have an Israeli be dead than be taken as a hostage. It's called the Hannibal Directive. And there were like artillery shells from Israeli tanks on the top of buildings and on the floor and around blown up buildings. So if anyone burnt anyone alive, it's because Israel blew up a building. So just to be clear, they were doing that stuff. And that's what's like insane about this. They definitely knew that an attack was coming because apparently Egypt warned them beforehand, or someone else warned them beforehand. But they clearly wanted it to happen, and then make the worst of it, and then use it for the next 2-3 years to ethnically cleanse Gaza, and also keep him in power.
You know, we have to remove this threat. So we come in to take care of the Hamas terrorists.
One, you don't go in. You drop bombs, you decimate it, and then you go in. So first you blow everything up, and then you go in. You don't go in like you're strong and face them. No, because when that happens, you get bodied, you get smoked.
But the Hamas terrorists don't leave the civilian neighborhoods. And we say to the...
There's 2.2 million people there. Do you really think they're going to be like, okay, we're going to set up our headquarters in the north, everyone else is going to be in the south? Do you really, like, is that what you expect them to do? A small militant group of like 50,000 people in a 2 million person concentration camp? Seriously? And he would love for them all just to be one direct target that could be bombed. Of course he would love that, because he would just love to eradicate all of them. Actually, no, I take that back. He prefers it to be this way so he can actually eradicate all Palestinians. I was wrong about that. He probably prefers all of them to be scattered so that he can bomb everyone.
We call them up because we have their telephone numbers. We say,
we have Hamas's telephone number. We call them up.
Please leave.
We call them up and say, please leave. I'm asking nicely, please. I don't want to have to bomb everyone. I don't want to have to starve you to death. Please leave. Which exit should you take? I don't know. Maybe the ocean. Maybe jump into the sea and swim away. Because I'm not letting you in and Egypt's not letting you in. But please leave. What a filthy person.
We send them leaflets, millions of leaflets. Please leave.
Millions of leaflets. We send them millions of leaflets. Please leave. Pretty please. Pretty please. I don't want to have to kill you. Please. I don't want to kill you. What a freaking filthy person, bro. Can you guys believe it's been 12 minutes? I still have an hour left. I feel like I've been watching this for 2 hours. How long have I been live for? I've been live for 45 minutes. Oh my God. I'm pausing a lot, aren't I? I'm probably pausing a lot because everything he says is just so easily refutable. It's like low-hanging fruit.
We do everything that is possible that no army has done.
You do everything that is possible that no army has done, except the Nazis, maybe. I'm sure they've done a few of the things you've done.
They want to leave. You know what Hamas does?
They don't want to leave. One. And two, anyone who does want to leave can't, because they can't afford to pay the hefty price again to Egypt, and you're not letting them out of Gaza from the Israeli border. Hamas is not... Do you really think that 50,000 people can hold 2 million people inside a concentration camp? Do you think 50,000 people can stop 2 million? Yeah, that's not happening.
They shoot them.
Oh, wow. That's a new one. That's a new one. Okay, okay. We're upgrading the Zionist playbook. Add that. Write that down. Write that down. Now, when Gazans want to leave, Hamas shoots them. Hamas probably doesn't have enough bullets for every human body in Gaza. They don't have, even if they hit a perfect headshot on everyone, they probably don't even have enough ammo to shoot every single person in Gaza, if we're being real. This guy is crazy. People are getting shot from Israeli sniper towers, children. From doctor testimonies, doctors who were in Gaza who testified, they came back to America or Australia or US or wherever, and they testified what they saw. They're saying that they saw children shot in the head, in the chest, arms blown off by Israeli snipers, by Israeli bombs. But of course, the shill boys, the shilling Nelk boys, they're not going to talk about this stuff because they're ignoramuses and they want to be ignoramuses and they want you to think that they're stupid so you don't hold them accountable because they're just like, they're just dumb and dumber. They don't know better because they're basically 4-year-olds in the brain. But no, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They knew it was dumb. They did it anyways for whatever reason, their sponsors or for the views or for whatever Israel might be paying them or whatever. They did it anyways. And now they're trying to do damage control. You guys want us to think you're stupid. We know that you knew exactly what you were doing. You don't build a platform worth millions of dollars by just being stupid and not knowing what you're doing. Idiots. But they're Hamas doctors. Oh yeah, I'm silly me. I'm so stupid. They were Hamas doctors, obviously.
We want you to stay because we want to have civilian casualties because then they can show it on CNN or all these other networks.
Yeah, yep. They want everyone to stay so they can have civilian casualties. By who, by the way? By Israel, still dropping the bombs. And so they can show it on CNN. Yep, because Hamas runs CNN, right? Because Hamas runs CNN. Hamas has the ability to call up CNN and be like, yo, we just got the craziest footage. You guys are going to get so many views. Pop this on your media right now. Yep, that's very practical. That's very believable. 10 out of 10. Freaking moron.
And so on, and played that Israel is deliberately doing this. We're not deliberately doing anything.
Yeah, when an Israeli sniper shoots a child in the head, that's not deliberate. That was Hamas using their brainwashing, witchcraft, black magic ability to delude the person, the Israeli sniper, into thinking that, oh, that child is actually a Hamas soldier. To delude them into thinking, oh, maybe he's wearing a suicide vest. That was actually Hamas's fault.
We'd like them to leave. And in fact,
of course you would like them to leave. I'd like you to leave. I'd like you to jump off a bridge. To be honest, I'd like you to end up in a jail cell where you belong because you have ICC arrest warrants against you.
Successively during the war, it's been now a year and a half, they finally
successively doing the war, successively committing a genocide.
We do leave most of them. So we've minimized those casualties, but it's not because we seek to have civilian casualties, it's because Hamas wants them. They're willing to sacrifice their own children, their own families, both.
It's so funny. So many of the people who joined Hamas are people who have no family left because their family were just murdered by everyone. I know I'm pausing a lot, pausing every 3 seconds. I know. It's because every 3 seconds he utters a new lie. Like lying for him is like breathing. He lies more than he breathes. He can't take a breath without 3 lies coming out. Like if we're being real, I don't want to have to pause. But everything I'm like dedicated to debunking every lie that comes out of his mouth, and he lies every millisecond. What do you want me to do? What else am I supposed to do here? Is there any? What else would you guys rather be doing here?
Because they don't really care for human life, but also because they think it's very good propaganda against.
Okay. How about this? Let's take a break. Let's go to the comments. You have this very handsome person here, very handsome young man here named Rami, who says, you guys questioned him more about fast food than you did about the genocide and war crimes. And I saw that clip on like TikTok or Twitter or somewhere where they started debating him about which is better, Burger King or McDonald's. Yeah, they actually pressed him more about fast food than they did about the genocide. But regardless, I miss when YouTube used to show dislikes. Me too. What's the number? We don't know. But it's way higher than this, that's for sure. Very handsome. I know he is very handsome. Thank you. I mean, he would probably say thank you if it was. Anyways, Hamza, shout out to Hamza. You guys didn't question him once. This is crazy. No, they did actually. Hamza, you're wrong. They questioned him about his burger choice. Dislikes, yeah, I would believe that. This was pitching Netanyahu like this. Don't worry, these guys are idiots. You can use your platform to push whatever propaganda you want. They won't push back on anything. Exactly. Asking him if he prefers Burger King and McDonald's while people are starving. This is insane. Yep. Looking at these comments, I'm glad we're all on the same page. Can I find one positive comment? 2 rocks and Satan. Okay, anyways. 205,000 dislikes. Like, people have extensions that are supposed to show the dislikes, but we don't really know. There's literally not one positive comment. There's not a single positive comment. If you're gay, like you guys, you're dead. Oh my god, that's so funny. There's no way he said that. There's no way he said that. Where's my transcript? Wait, did he actually say that? Where's the transcript at? Oh, our sister's gay. Okay. Is that what they're talking about? If you're gay, you're in bad shape. Okay, yeah, no, I don't think he actually said that. But that's so funny. That comment is so underrated, man. That's a W comment. That was sick. Oh, that's so funny, man. Thank you, Nelk. Okay, we found one positive comment. This person, that's all I gotta say. Oh my god. Again, I can't believe I went to the same high school as this person. We were not in the same grade, so I wasn't in the school at the same time he was at the school. But I just, like, I can't believe it. I don't know if there were any older Palestinians in his grade. I'm sure there was at least one, because there's a lot of Palestinians. Did you get to where they said the females? No, I don't think so. Thank you, Nelk, for exposing BB. It would be so funny if they came out one day and they're like, guys, we're pro-Palestinian. We just wanted to get him to say a bunch of lies because we knew this was going to happen. They're going to be like that one guy who was caught trying to meet an underage person and be like, see, because I know this. No, because what you're doing is actually good. No, because I know this. And I hope you guys get the reference, because if not, I just sound really stupid. So I hope you guys get the reference. Let's see.
It's a one-term effort, but, you know, sometimes you have to get mugged by reality to understand.
Mogged or mugged? This guy shouldn't talk about mogging anyone. This guy couldn't mog a bulldog if he wanted to.
How stupid that is. So that's silly. But, you know, sometimes folly overtakes human affairs for a while, but not for long, because reality steps in.
Reality steps in. I can't wait for reality to step in for this guy. I can't wait for reality to step in. I saw a I can't put the documentary up because last time I got flagged for it, but not flagged, but like they said, like, you can't have this up on YouTube. But there's a documentary called The BB Files, and it begins with 2 people walking in saying that he's under investigation for like a bunch of different stuff, and he just starts going like he can't even believe it. He can't even fathom that anyone would investigate him, and it's so funny. Don't pause. Listen, if you want to watch it unpaused, I don't know why you would want to do that, why you'd want to be tortured without any break. But if you want to watch it without any pauses, you can watch the original. I don't say you should do that, but if you don't want it to be paused, then you should watch the original. I'm pausing it because I can't handle it. And I need to just, like, intellectually right in the face. Okay? If we're being real.
So I'm obviously not happy with it, but I'm less concerned with it, because I think if we can speak the truth to the young people of America, you know.
Speak the truth. Let me speak the truth the way this guy speaks the truth. I am a 7'9" African-American superstar. I've starred in numerous action figures. I'm the most loved person on the face of the earth. And I'm also the first person to walk to the moon. That is how this guy speaks the truth. That is what the truth is to this guy. Because the truth is whatever he wants it to be. He's the equivalent of a 4-year-old girl playing with Barbies, making up an entire reality for himself or for herself. That's what this guy's truth is.
They wise up pretty quickly.
Is the war with Iran, is it over now? After President Trump?
He's going to say no. He's going to say no, it's not done. They're going to come back and they're going to try and eradicate us. And until they're fully eradicated, the war is not, no one's safe. No one's safe. They're going to be under your bed at night. We need to get rid of them.
Did authorize the strike and they destroyed the nuclear program?
Well, it certainly helped. It did, but I'll tell you what happened. You know,
the way he looked right into the camera, he's like, well, it certainly helped. It certainly helped, just so you know. You should do it again. It certainly helped.
We're like a person with 2 lumps of cancer, okay?
Is he saying that because recently he was diagnosed? Good.
That threatened our life. The first one's a nuclear cancer. Would have taken them within a year, they would have had atomic bombs, which they openly declared in the Tyrants of Tehran. They said, we're going to destroy Israel, the Jewish state. The other threat that we had, another lump of cancer, was these ballistic missiles. Now, you got to understand, this is like a bus. So with a ton of TNT, okay, explosives, comes down at Mach 8, and boom, just destroys everything inside.
Yeah, that's how a bomb works. It goes down and goes boom. Great explanation of how bombs work.
Israel is the size of New Jersey, okay? It's bigger than Rhode Island, but that's about it, you know? It's the size of New Jersey. Now, you imagine that you would have 20,000 of these ballistic missiles, these one-ton bombs on New Jersey. So you either get destroyed by atomic bombs or by thousands and
Maybe if New Jersey was being run by like Hitler, that would make more sense. But the analogy doesn't really follow.
thousands of these.
Bro had prostate removal surgery. Did he actually? Is that a thing?
Deadly ballistic missiles.
So you think they're still a threat and they want to?
Well, we had to act.
Yeah.
Why did we have to act? Because if you don't remove the cancer, you're going to be dead. Now, if you remove it, as we did,
That is a great analogy for why they should remove him from office, Zionism from all of the land, and put in place something healthy, like what they had before Israel was invented, which is Muslim, Christians, Jews, Jewish people, Arab people living in one land, one state, and it was called Palestine.
it might come back. That happens in cancer too. But if you don't remove it, you're not going to be there.
This guy's talking about cancer because he has it. There's like no way. He's talking about it way too much. He definitely has it.
So we had to act. We did act. And just with incredibly brave soldiers.
Which soldiers are brave? You're dropping bombs from the sky. Really? Like, you're not on the floor battling people. That takes bravery. That takes courage. And it's funny, that's what Hamas is doing. Because they don't have planes. They're on the floor fighting. They run up to the tank, drop a bomb in it, and run away. Your guys fly planes that you got from another country high in the sky, where no one can hurt you. Drop a bomb and run away. That's bravery. That's pusillanimous. You pigeon-hearted, pusillanimous weasel. Academic weasel. Fraud.
But is there a chance of peace with this current regime?
Not with the regime, but with the Iranian people. And I think they've had enough. 80% of them want to throw these theological thugs out. They're just, intimidated by secret police that has...
Secret police. This guy has a Mossad. Talking about secret police. The IDF who dress up as nurses and doctors and injured civilians and go to hospitals and then pull out their ARs to go shoot and arrest people. He's talking about secret police. Wow.
that just shoots them. But I think that there's a chance that the Iranian people will actually rise up, because everybody talks
That's
about
BS.
regime change, and they envision, the American army and the Israeli, the IDF forces invading Iran, boots on the ground.
No one imagines that. Anyone in the chat, has anyone ever imagined liberation being that America walks in? Has anyone ever imagined that? Like it's straight out of a Marvel movie? They just walk in and all of a sudden, oh, you're all free and liberated. No one imagines that. This guy's such an idiot.
And all that other nonsense that people spewed forth. No, we took action to remove those two life-threatening up against their. In 1979, we had direct flights between Tel Aviv and Iran. We're two ancient peoples. We had a great partnership.
You had a great partnership? Are you sure about that? You had a great partnership until you started committing domestic terrorism, I'm sure, and then attacking all your neighbors. Such an idiot.
Over many years, we have a common history together. And it's sort of interrupted by...
There were a lot of Iranian Jews. Like things were chill at some time until Zionism and until Israel.
this thuggery. But when this regime goes down, you're going to see peace between us like you never believed it.
As soon as we get what we want, you're going to see a lot of peace. Until we get what we want, there's not going to be peace. And you know what's so funny? You could say the same about Israel. If Israel evaporated the next day, there would be complete peace all over the Middle East. No one else is fighting. It's not like you have Iran and Syria and Jordan and Egypt and occupied Palestinian territories all fighting. You don't have all of them fighting. You have Israel fighting a bunch of other people. So if Israel disappeared, there'd also be peace. If we're being accurate. Oops.
That'd be nice because I think one thing Americans don't want to see is everyone has post-traumatic stress from trying to do regime change in Iraq and the
Basically, everyone knows that you don't get involved in another country's politics, militarily and otherwise, because you have no place being there, and because it was a huge mistake when you did it in Iraq. So don't do it in Iran. That's what that's an accurate way to portray it.
past Middle Eastern wars.
Why do it? That doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It has to come from within the people. And the people are, they're great people. The Iranian.
This guy's such a liar. This guy doesn't give a damn about them. They could all drop dead tomorrow. He wouldn't care.
Don't have water in Iran. even though they have, they don't have electricity, even though they swim in oil, because it's so corrupt and so badly managed. So I give these podcasts. You know what I see? Millions and millions and millions of views. The first time they showed me this, I said, no, it can't be. I said, no, Prime Minister, look. I mean, you got, I don't know, 15 million views. I mean, the whole population of Iran is
They're
about
watching, right?
90 million. So I said, oh, wow, that's amazing. You know what the amazing thing is? They have names. The people identify themselves. So
That's the amazing thing, that they have names. Wow. I don't know that's so significant to this guy, that other people have names. Stupid. By the way, I'm not defending Iran. Like, they're not Sunni, they're not following Sharia. I'm not defending them in any capacity. I'm just saying that this guy's the problem and that Israel's a problem. If you were to weigh the two, just to be clear.
understand in a tyranny like this, if people speak out, they really want, you know what they want? Freedom. They want their freedom.
I'm pretty sure Palestinians want their freedom too. I'm pretty sure Palestinians in the West Bank want their freedom. I, as a Palestinian, want my freedom to go back home and live there without being shot.
They have this slogan. Well, it's women.
Everyone's getting burnt out from this. Yeah, I know. I'm really getting close. I'm really getting close. Should I just like jump to the end? Okay, I'm gonna poll. I'm gonna do a poll. Should I jump to the end? Yes or no? Yes or no? Everybody vote. Everybody vote. Yes or no? Should I jump to the end? Yeah, I mean, what other things they do? One of the things that liars do is they accuse you of doing something they're guilty of. So like if someone cheated on you, then they're going to go to you and accuse you of cheating or potentially cheating. Because if they did it themselves, there's no way that they're going to accuse you of doing it, because why would they bring it up? So it's a tactic. 58% of people say I should skip. About 60% of people want me to skip. Okay, I'm going to skip to here. Let's do like the last 5 minutes.
Death on both of us. And we're not going to be influenced by the people who are taken under their sway and support this cult of death.
It's so funny. It sounds like he's talking about Zionism. Like it's so funny. It's like this guy's imagining Zionism in his brain and then labeling it like Islam or Hamas or Iran or something.
America stands for life. Israel stands for life. America stands
Life? Life of who? Not Palestinians. Because you guys, there are 400,000 people under the rubble or missing. You guys have killed hundreds of thousands of people. You guys have annexed and illegally occupied and subjected to apartheid millions of people. So yeah, you're not really for life, unless it's the life of a Jewish person maybe. But anyone else, you're not for them.
for liberty. Israel stands for liberty. But President Trump and I believe in a doctrine that says simply this: peace through strength.
That is complete BS. You believe in destroy and dominate anyone who could ever get in your way. That's what you believe in, and blackmail them as well.
First comes strength,
Filthy person.
then comes the peace. And we've just demonstrated a lot of strength, and that's going to lead to a broadening of the peace.
Yeah, over the last 75 years that Israel's existed, there's been so much peace through strength. So much peace. Peace with Iraq, peace with Iran, peace with Lebanon, peace with Palestinians. So much peace. So much. What a freaking moron. That's fascism? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that Iran could say, we're doing peace through strength. We're subjugating our people, and that causes peace. Because if we don't let them resist, we don't let them fight back, then there's no violence.
In the Middle East and beyond, it's a great thing.
How would you ideally like to see it end in a perfect scenario?
Well, I'd like to see the people of Iran take charge of their own destiny.
He should have asked that about Palestine. What do you want to see end with Palestine? All the Palestinians are there. What do you want? I would like to hear that, because we all know that he wants them out and he wants to just take parts of all of Palestine, parts of Egypt, parts of Lebanon, parts of Syria.
But in any case, I'd like to make sure that Iran never acquires nuclear weapons.
Maybe get rid of your own nuclear weapons first, and then talk about getting rid of other people's potential for nuclear capabilities.
Because the actions that we did in breaking the Iranian axis changed the situation in quite a few of the countries around us.
The way he keeps looking at the camera is like, I haven't looked at my camera once, to be honest. It's just not natural for me. The way he's like, every second.
I think there are opportunities for peace there, and I intend to seize
Look,
them.
he's doing it
I hope
again.
so, for sure.
Yeah, I hope you and President Trump can make peace in the Middle East.
I'm sure we can.
We're all praying.
Why are we talking about people on the other side of the world making peace on this side of the world? Stay in your corner. Stay in your corner. Keep peace in your side of the world. Why are we talking about America making peace in the Middle East? Why are we talking about Europeans who injected themselves in the Middle East making peace in the Middle East? There's only violence because of you, you flipping idiot. Oh my God.
For it.
We already have, and I'm sure we can again. And look,
You have not created peace for a millisecond in the Middle East. Not a single time have you created peace. What on earth are you talking about?
if your audience
Mm-hmm.
wants to have a good time, you know,
Go to
the
Tel
war's
Aviv.
over.
Oh my God. This is so cringy. If your audience want to have a good time, come to my place. Come to my place. Come to Tel Aviv. Our military base is right in the heart of Tel Aviv. Come, you're definitely safe there. They've created the least safe place, the least safest place for anyone, especially Jewish people in the world. And they're telling everyone to come visit.
Yeah, you can vouch for
Is
it.
that what you're gonna say?
You idiots, you dumb and dumber, you can vouch for it. Combined 30 IQ points, you can vouch for it.
Like
But
2 days before the
some s-
bombing, right?
2 days before the bombing.
You can
So-
come back now.
Yeah.
You can come back now. It happened once, but definitely not going to happen again. Yeah, you sure about that? You were just bombed. You were just bombed.
You know what's happening in Tel Aviv? You know what's happening in the Israeli stock market?
What?
You know what?
Now he's going to glaze Israel saying, yep, we're not economically dying. We're not losing political support. We're actually amazing. Eurovision. Eurovision. Yes, that was so funny. And they tried to bot it as well. They tried to like cheat by voting too many times. One person should have one vote, but one person was paying like $100 to vote a million times. And they still lost, by the way, which is insane.
vertical wall is.
Just going
how
up.
Stock is going up. You know why? Because people
You know what a vertical wall is? Yeah. It's so funny. He needs to ask, do you know what a vertical wall is? Do you know what a wall is? Do those words make sense in your stupid brain? That's how low he thinks of them. That's how stupid he thinks they are.
saw great technology during the war because people are coming to invest in Israel because smart money.
Yep, sure. Yep, everyone's coming to invest in Israel. Sure. Sure, buddy.
What's
Yeah, that's what it was a
Oh,
few decades ago.
really?
It's like it was very dilapidated. You say it's like Miami?
Yeah, pretty
Isn't
similar.
Miami on fire right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miami's.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference is Miami's not provoking their neighbor and getting into a near nuclear exchange.
So Tel Aviv's on fire. And
Yeah,
so
I
is the
really
rest
want to
of
come
Israel.
again. I want to
So
come
you
in the
come
summer.
in.
Shut the hell up. I want to go again. Go to hell. Okay, I did not get through a full hour. I skipped. For anyone who just joined, I'm flabbergasted. I'm shocked. This is actually depraved of all morality and humanity. But I'm not surprised anymore. The Shill boys, also known as the Nelk boys, have really done a number on this one. So can we get a round of applause for Dumb and Dumber?